Let's talk about the tragic Sparrow Massacre of 1958. Join me as I delve into the dark chapters of history with Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward. Discover how a misguided policy to eradicate sparrows triggered an ecological disaster and led to one of the deadliest famines in human history.
Hola, people! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca. I film from Kaduna, Nigeria. You know this already. On this channel, we talk about everything personal development, friendship, storytelling, and books. Today, we will be unraveling a piece of history. Let's call it some sort of historical storytelling. Come with me.
The removal of a single plant or animal from an ecosystem can disrupt the delicate balance of the natural cycle, leading to dire consequences. Regrettably, humanity has often disregarded this fundamental principle of life, as exemplified by Mao Zedong, China's revolutionary leader, and his Great Leap Forward campaign. Mao Zedong, born into a peasant farming family, was a rebel against imperialism from a young age. He actively participated in the revolution and became an early advocate of Marxism and Leninism. Mao was renowned for inciting rebellion among the rural population and workers in China. In 1949, Mao became the first chairman of the People's Republic of China and was referred to as Chairman Mao. Under his leadership, China, a country plagued by persistent civil unrest, transitioned into communism. Communism is a socio-economic and political ideology that strives for a classless society where resources and means of production are collectively owned and controlled by the community or the state. It entails the abolition of private property and social classes, ensuring equal access to resources and opportunities for all individuals, promoting the principle of from each according to their ability to each according to their needs. As the head of state, Mao Zedong's objective was to eradicate imperialism and usher in prosperity under communist rule. The Great Leap Forward, initiated in 1958, was a socio-economic campaign designed to rapidly transform China from an agrarian society to an industrialized communist nation. It sought to boost agricultural and industrial production by mobilizing the entire population and implementing collectivization and communal living. It is worthy of note that Mao Zedong developed his own ideology, which came to be known as Maoism or Mao Zedong thought. It combined elements of Marxism Leninism with a focus on the peasantry as the revolutionary class. Mao emphasized class struggle, rural revolution, and the mobilization of the masses. His ideology emphasized self reliance, collectivism, and constant revolution. From 1958 to 1962, the Chinese Communist Party spearheaded the Great Leap Forward, focusing on increasing grain yields and bringing industry to rural areas. The campaign enforced restrictions on rural communities through social pressure and public struggle sessions. One of Mao's early actions during this period was the Four Pests campaign. The Four Pests campaign aimed to curb the spread of disease by exterminating the country's major pests, namely mosquitoes, rats, flies, and sparrows. While the first three were known to spread diseases, sparrows were targeted due to their presumed consumption of grain, which conflicted with the government's focus on increasing food production. Now, this video is more about the sparrows. Sparrows were widely considered agricultural pests, consuming approximately 2 kg, that is 4 pounds, of grain per sparrow annually. However, some Chinese scientists vehemently opposed the campaign, citing experiences from Australia, Prussia, and the United States regarding sparrows and other introduced species. Despite expert opposition, Mao disregarded caution and proceeded with the campaign. So, in 1959, a law was swiftly enacted mandating Chinese citizens' participation in the sparrow targeting effort. Government posters emphasized the need for fly swatters, drums, gongs, and guns as tools for the battle against sparrows. The campaign involved destroying sparrow nets, breaking eggs, killing chicks, and employing various tactics to exhaust the sparrows. Millions of people formed groups, making loud noises with pots and pans to prevent, sparrows from resting in their nets, with the aim of causing them to drop dead from exhaustion. Additionally, citizens resorted to shooting the birds out of the sky. Driven out of their natural habitats, sparrows searched for safer areas, one of which was the Polish embassy in Beijing that refused to participate in the sparrow targeting, providing refuge for any remaining sparrows. In response, the Chinese surrounded the embassy and drummed for 2 days straight, resulting in the sparrows dying of exhaustion within the embassy walls. Polish personnel recounted clearing the embassy of dead sparrows using shovels. The government encouraged these actions, praising schools, work groups, and government agencies that achieved high pest eradication numbers. Simultaneously, dissenting voices faced persecution and suppression. Those who criticized the policies or questioned the unrealistic production targets were labeled as rightists and subjected to severe punishments, including imprisonment, torture, and execution. Intellectuals, professionals, and educated individuals were particularly targeted, leading to a loss of expertise and knowledge within society. Estimate indicates that the government and the public were responsible for the deaths of 1.5 billion rats, 1 billion sparrows, over 220 million pounds of flies, and over 24 million pounds of mosquitoes. Mao believed his Four Pests campaign was successfully saving the country £4 of rice per sparrow annually. However, it inadvertently triggered a more devastating ecological issue for rice crops. After some time, researchers from China's Academy of Sciences performed autopsies on dead sparrows and discovered that their stomach content primarily consisted of insects, not grains, as previously assumed. As the campaign progressed, the insects population in China grew exponentially, particularly the locusts, as sparrows were the natural predators. The absence of sparrows led to an imbalance between predator and prey, allowing locusts to swarm freely across the country, consuming a significant portion of the agricultural produce intended for human consumption. To address the ecological disruption, the People's Republic of China imported 250,000 sparrows from the Soviet Union. Once reintroduced into the ecosystem, the sparrows played a vital role in controlling locust populations and protecting crops. However, this wasn't enough to fix things, as the combination of unrealistic agricultural targets, disruption of traditional farming methods, and the misallocation of resources led to a catastrophic failure. The Great Chinese Famine, occurring from 1959 to 1961, resulted in an estimated death toll of 20 to 45 million people, although the Chinese government officially reported 15 million fatalities. Even after more than 50 years, the Great Famine remains a taboo topic in China because it was reported that during that period, people resorted to cannibalism, parents ate their children, and thousands were murdered for food. Chinese journalist Yang Jisheng estimated the death toll to be over 36 million people in his book Tombstone, which was swiftly banned in China. While the Chinese government has downplayed the severity of the Great Leap Forward and its consequences, subsequent investigations and research have revealed the extent of the human tragedy that unfolded during that period. The Great Leap Forward serves as a stark example of the devastating impact that misguided policies and a disregard for human welfare can have on society. Furthermore, the Earth's ecosystem operates like a well coordinated machine, requiring all its components to work in harmony for it to thrive. The absence or overabundance of any plant or animal species determines the success of the ecosystem as a whole.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying till the very end. Kindly like this video, like it. By liking it, you're simply telling the YouTube algorithm that this is a lovely video and you want other people to see it. So like it, share it with your friends, your network, and drop your comments below in the comment section. I want to know what you think, and probably tell me what other piece of history do you want us to unravel, in some sort of story time. Till my next video, be good.